you guys want to just chit-chat, we're going to go live now, and then as soon as the feed clicks, I'll give you the high sign that we're
All right. So this is us
air.
pretending that we're having an actual conversation before we get the cue to talk on air. So I'm looking like I'm
when the time
you.
comes, just speak up because I have a hearing aid on.
Oh, I was going to ask you for that today.
I'm handicapped.
I'll try not to shout at you, though. That won't play
No,
well.
just don't move your lips slowly, you know, but you can.
2, 1.
Right. I'll keep that in mind. Hi, I'm Bob Whitey, and I'm about to say something that I never thought I'd say in my lifetime, and most of you probably thought you'd never hear in your lifetime, which is welcome to our Facebook live chat with Woody Allen, who only learned about 45 seconds ago that this actually was live. Is that right?
Yes, I thought this was going to be a chat that we would have, and it would be filmed or taped, and later I could go over the tape and the film and cut out all the embarrassing moments, leaving you with not enough material to go on the air with.
Well, now that you understand what we're doing, that this is actually part of Facebook on a scale of 1
now
through...
I hate the idea.
I was going to say, on a scale of 1 through 10, how nauseous are you at this particular
Well,
moment?
no one told me. I almost didn't make it on time. You know, I was supposed to get here at 2 o'clock, and unfortunately, my wife was driving downtown, and she offered me a lift, so I got here on time. But I didn't know it was live, so if I wasn't offered that lift, I'd have strolled casually down here looking in store windows, and I'd have shown up, you know, a quarter after 2 or 20 after 2, not thinking that you would be stuck here by yourself.
Yeah, having to vamp for 15 minutes.
Having to,
by myself.
to make excuses for 15 minutes and rely on your own personal resources.
Which are actually quite minimal. You have famously said that you are two with nature, but many people know that you're also two with technology. So I'm assuming that people who care about you and are looking out for you are trying to drag you kicking and screaming into the 21st century. Is that basically what's taking place here?
Yes, people that surround me tell me that, you know, I should get more involved in some way in social media. I mean, the whole idea is awful to me, and I have no intention of following up on this in any way. So if this is your shot to probe in any way and get answers to any questions, because you're not going to have this opportunity again.
So you're saying at the end of this, I shouldn't say join us next week?
Yeah, no,
that's
don't
very
say that.
likely. All right. Well, we should distinguish. I mean, there is the internet, and then there's social media. You're not a complete stranger to the internet, because I know you've gone on YouTube to look at clips of Bob Hope and Mort Saul and
Yeah, I look
that
on my
sort of
phone sometimes if I'm bored, and I press the music or the YouTube, and I will look at Mort Saul or Jonathan Winters or Bob Hope, you know, comedians that I like or jazz musicians I like, and you know, it occupies my time sometimes, but that's it. I mean, I don't have a computer. I don't have a word processor. I don't know how to work those things. I can't turn on the television set in my living room. I can turn on the one in my bedroom, and that's the one I watch. But I would have no idea how to turn on the one, because it's not a simple thing. I'm one of those people who needs the television set with all the tape over all the buttons.
all the buttons that you aren't supposed to push. Yeah.
Because I'll always push the wrong buttons, and then it won't work, and then we have to call the people to come. And
That's called the old man guard,
well,
that you put the tape over the buttons so that
that's
your
what I mean.
grandfather doesn't go around pushing the buttons. I remember once, not too long ago, you actually suggested that I Google something, which shocked me that you would even know what Google is. So some stuff has seeped
Yeah,
in.
no, I know how to Google. I can do the 2 or 3 elementary things on my phone. I can hear music on it, and I can Google on it. I'm in Google, you know, look up a word or something if I don't know it, and I can dial to YouTube on it, get the weather. Yeah, I can do about, you know, half dozen things on my phone, but that's it.
There's a guy who actually has a website called Woody Allen Pages. His name is Danny Yao. And I said to him, how do I even begin to explain to Woody what Facebook is? And he said, put it into terms he understands. Tell him it's like wild strawberries. You look up people from your past and you wind up regretting everything. So that's the best explanation.
Well, I know this. I know I have a Facebook page. I don't know what it means. Or it was said to me that you have to have a Facebook page. It really, you know, you're an entertainer and you make films and you play music. So I would have no idea how to access it, where it comes in, if it comes in on my computer or my phone or what the story is. I've never seen it and I don't know what's on it. It's handled for me. The people that suggested it, you know, every now and then I'll get a phone call saying, can I stick a photo from your new movie on your Facebook? And, you know, since I'm oblivious to it all, why not? I mean, they tell me that it's a positive thing, but I don't have any interest in it whatsoever. I don't look at anybody's Facebook. I wouldn't know where to find it or my own.
So we should disabuse people who follow your page of the notion that you're actually on there posting things and writing things. Other people put up photos and things, but you...
Right. I don't know what it is. I know that I will get calls, or they'll send me some photos and say, will you approve these photos? Can they be put on your Facebook page? And, you know, they're usually photos that have been approved already for movie stills. And I say, sure. Now, how this resonates in a positive way in my life or my career or my happiness in general, I've yet to see. I mean, there's been no discernible improvement in any way in my life since I've been on Facebook.
And we should not be expecting you to start tweeting anytime soon either, I imagine.
No, because I wouldn't know.
You don't know what tweeting
exactly
is.
how to do that.
Of course not. By the way, I should mention that people watching us right now on your Facebook page are actually able to send in questions, which we will pick a few. In fact, here's one right now coming up. This is from our comment section. Oh, now it's disappearing. It's moving. I'm sort of new at this too. Well, let's talk about Wonder Wheel. I actually want to ask you about the making of Wonder Wheel, but here's a question that will sort of preempt my question. This is from Devo Brown in Los Angeles, your favorite city. Your next film is titled Wonder Wheel. Have you ever actually been on the Wonder Wheel ride in Coney Island?
No, I'm not. The Wonder Wheel is a movie. It comes out at the end of the summer sometime. We shot it in Coney Island. It takes place in Coney Island in the year 1950 or 51 or 49. I can't remember, frankly. And I grew up near Coney Island, and I went to Coney Island frequently, but I was never one to go on any of those rides.
Really?
Because I'm, you know, I would be, first of all, I don't see any thrill to any of that, to get snapped around or turned upside down or revolved for some reason.
You get enough of that in your day-to-day life.
Yes, and to pay for it in Coney Island was, you know. So I've never been on the Wonder Wheel, and I've never been on the Cyclone, you know, and I could never stand, even as a little kid, the concept of the merry-go-round. I mean, that was really, you know, you get on those horses, they go up and down, and it goes, you know, I never saw what fun it was as a kid.
I can handle the merry-go-round, but I'm no good for the vomit rides.
It's just no fun, though. It's not, you know, the merry-go-round's not scary, but it's not enjoyable either.
What was the, I should know this actually, but what was the name of the roller coaster that you featured in Annie Hall as being over the house that Alvy grew up in?
It may have been the Cyclone. I can't remember. But that was legitimate. When I was making that movie, I had the character of Alvy Singer, born and raised in the more Flatbush area of Brooklyn. And while we were out there...
Which is your neighborhood. I mean,
that was my old neighborhood, yeah. But while we were out scouting locations, we drove to Coney Island to look at some boardwalk things, and we saw this house under the Cyclone, under the, whatever the hell that thing was, a roller coaster.
Right.
And so I rewrote it instantly to make him brought up in that household that existed under the roller coaster.
You just thought that would be a funny idea to grow up in the house under the roller coaster.
Yeah,
so
it
you wrote
looked
the
great.
script.
I mean, when we're standing there in Coney Island looking at it, and you think, how can people live in that house? It's amazing, and the thing was exactly as you see it. The roller coaster go right over it, you know, roaring and shaking everything, and yet there were people living in that house.